Welcome to another edition of Alternative to Physics Practical. As you can see there, this is a model question on electricity, a solenoid connected in series, and a voltmeter connected across an AC source there. Okay, we have to take different readings of the voltmeter and the ammeter. Now, 5 different values of this voltmeter and ammeter has been taken and recorded and modeled in terms of diagram. As you know, it's Alternative to Physics Practical. You don't carry out the practical. The practical has been modeled in terms of diagrams. Now, the readings of the voltmeter and ammeter is presented in the diagram here. This is the ammeter reading. Okay, as you can see, the scale, this is the ammeter reading, and this is the voltmeter reading. Study the scale carefully for the ammeter reading. You will notice that between 0 and the first number 1, there are 10 divisions. That makes it 1 over 10. That is 0.1 ampere. Similarly, if you look at the voltmeter, between 0 and the first number there, okay, which is 10, there are 10 divisions. I mean, the difference between 10 and 0 is 10. So that will be 10 divided by 10. That makes it 1 volt. Each division here is 1 volt, while each division on the ammeter reading is what? 0.1. The ammeter measures the current, the voltmeter measures the potential difference, the voltage. Now, look at the question. Read and record the value I of the current. Read and record the corresponding value V of the voltage. Evaluate the reciprocal of current and the reciprocal of the voltage in each case. Then before you tabulate your reading. That means we'll be having 4 parameters: the current, the voltage, the reciprocal of the current, and the reciprocal of what? The voltage. So our table will carry these 4 parameters. So that means we'll have 4 columns. So we'll make it 5. The first column will be for serial number, that is number of experiment. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, I1, I2, I3, I4, I5, V1, V2, V3, V4, V5 means that the experiment was carried out 5 different times. And as we model this way, so let's go ahead to measure it. Now this is the first value. Now I've created a table here. As you can see the table here. As you can see the table, okay, the serial number here, current, voltage, reciprocal of current, and that of reciprocal of voltage. Now let's go ahead to take the reading. For the ammeter reading, as for current, the first value here, you notice I told you division is 0.1. This is 0.1, 0.2, and this first reading is between 0.1 and 0.2 and 0.3. Then let's just give it 0.25. So we're going to record 0.25. Now I2, this is 0.5, 0.6, 0.7. Between 0.7 and 0.8, so we give it 0.75. Then number 3, okay, this is 1 already, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. We give it 1.30. Then number 4, okay, this is 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, 1.8, 1.80. Then the last one directly on 2.5, you can see this is 2, level 5, 2.1, 2.2, 2.4, and 2.5. Now we go to the voltmeter. Now if you look at the voltmeter carefully, okay, you notice that the first one here, each division here is 1. So this is 1, this is 2. So that means I have 2.0. Then V2, okay, this is 5, 6 now, I have 6.0. Alright, V3 is directly on 10, so I have 10.0. V4 is this 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, that will be 14.0. And then lastly, directly on 20, V5, that is 20.0. Now we'll go ahead to do the reciprocal. Reciprocal means 1 over anything. So which means all the value of current, we find their reciprocal by saying, finding 1 over all the values of current, 1 over all the values of voltage. You just go ahead to do it this way. You can use your calculator, okay, by saying 0.25 reciprocal. That gives us 4. So we could say 4.00. In case you don't want to do that, it means 1 divided by 0.25. We get the same. That's the meaning, okay? But you can actually do it on your calculator. Of course, you can as well do for voltage. If I want to find reciprocal voltage, now that will be 2 reciprocal. That will give us 0.50. It's the same thing as saying 1 divided by 2. You get that, okay? That's the meaning of reciprocal. Alright, this is the complete table now. We have found the reciprocal of the current and that of the voltage. Alright, now let's go back to the questions, okay? Now, look at the question. The question says, tabulate your reading. We have done that. Plot the graph of reciprocal voltage on the vertical axis and reciprocal current on the horizontal axis and determine the slope. So we go ahead to plot the graph of reciprocal V and that of the current I. So the next is to go and plot the graph now. So let's look at how the graph is.